How much shooting were you able to do anywhere in this this interrupted period of your life?
So right when the season went on hiatus, it was tough to find a hoop, honestly. And our organization really urged us to just stay inside and shelter in place. Right when this was all kind of first starting to happen, I was able to go over to assistant coach's house. He had a sport court at his house, sports, and I was in beautiful Miami, Florida. So it's sunny out there. So I was able to get outside and shoot a little bit. But and then after probably a month or so, or a month and a half, our facility opened back up, but we were under really strict protocol. But just to be able to work one-on-one with a coach was great, and just be able to get back in the gym in that regard helped a lot. So that was able to kind of work myself back into a little bit of a rhythm. But then just at the end of last week, our facility got shut down again just because we had
Mm.
had some positive tests. So it's been kind of touch and go, but everybody's been sacrificing in some capacity, obviously. So you just kind of make do with what you got.
How long before you think you get your legs back? How, your shot, I assume you're probably not that worried about your shot. Although you were playing at a high level before the pandemic hit. But to get your legs back to get to kind of 100%, how long do you think it's going to take?
It's hard to say. I mean, the one thing the organization's been great with is we've been doing a ton of conditioning when we have been able to get into the gym, and then even when we haven't, we've been going to like turf fields and tracks and stuff just to try to keep our wind, because obviously, that's one of the hardest things to get back in terms of you really have to rep it out, and it's the first thing to go too when you take a little bit of a break, you lose your wind. But obviously, there's a difference between running on a track and then also being in game shape. So that's what these next 2.5, 3 weeks are for before we actually play, is to work back into 5-on-5 and the demands of getting up and down the floor and playing for long stretches. So it'll be an adjustment, but probably the best way to do it is to play your way back into shape. So I imagine in our little training camp that we have lined up here, there'll be a lot of competing, a lot of 5-on-5 getting up and down.
How much discussion from your training staff and coach, particularly as well as coaching staff, about things any of you can do to try to prevent injury in this circumstance? I know a lot of people speculated from the outside that injury is a really, obviously it's a legitimate concern with this compressed period of time you have to get ready for what's left after your season.
Yeah, it'll require an effort from all parties. Obviously, the players in knowing their bodies and listening to their bodies, and then also our coaching staff and knowing when to push us, when we can go hard for practice, and when maybe we need to take a little bit of a lighter day. And then obviously also our training staff is awesome, and they really kind of lead the charge with that in terms of what we need from a player standpoint and a recovery standpoint. So it'll be I imagine early on, it's not like we're just going to go full on 5-on-5 just like it would be a normal training camp, but there will be a little bit of a break-in period in terms of just getting back into used to playing and competing like that.